Hey guys, it's Project Steel here, and there's a quick story about the time I broke a video game world record. In 2010, the economy was bad and I had just been laid off. My son was born, and I stayed home with him while my wife worked. I found out about this game, UFC 2009 Undisputed, and I loved it. I played it non-stop. I beat the story mode, and then I started playing online. I eventually ended up playing over 1,000 matches online, and I really got hooked on this. The controls were kind of complex, but I got the hang of it, and I made a created character that looked like myself, and even though my character's stats were below average amongst the other characters, it worked out perfect with my fight style. I had learned that the stats didn't need to be high as long as they went along with your fight style. I began to really study this. I bought a guide, I took notes. I even had a training partner, which is my friend Havoc, and we worked on this all the time, and I really got into the game. Then I learned about Twin Galaxies, the record keepers of video games, and it was on. I had to film myself, cut on the Xbox, go to the settings and set it to the hardest difficulty, and I had to beat the computer. The record to beat was 2 minutes and 2 seconds. With my newborn son wrapped up and sleeping in my lap, I cut on the game, and I did it. I beat the computer in 42 seconds, and it was a 42-second beatdown that I delivered. I was so happy. I was dancing around all day. I was so proud of myself. And my wife came home from work, and I told her, I said, "Guess what happened today?" And she said, "You got a job?" And that's when I realized I'd made a mistake there. Twin Galaxies analyzed my footage and declared that it was a legit record break, and they put me on their online database and even said that if they came out with any more console editions of the Twin Galaxies official video game and pinball book of world records, I would be in that as well. I later broke my own record with a time of 38 seconds, but it wasn't recorded, so it doesn't count. But then, in 2012, it came to my attention that someone had broken my record, and I thought that was cool, but when I checked it out, it really wasn't. The new record was 2 seconds, and I know what that's all about. When this game originally came out, it had what was called a flash knockout, where you could instantly knock someone out and win the match with just one punch, but it happened a lot. So they put out an online patch that made it to where it was extremely rare. And seeing as how I played online all the time, that was fixed on my game. But if someone hadn't done that, it probably still happened for them a lot. Or it might have been a rare punch. But to me, it shouldn't really count when you just sprint across the octagon and throw one punch and win. My victory was an actual fight. But no rules were broken, so it does count nonetheless. I just think it was kind of cheap. I used to have a lot of footage of my Xbox 360 gameplay, but I've only found very little of it. And even in the little bit that I've found, I have a clip where I scored a flash knockout. Mine wasn't 2 seconds because I took my time to walk across the octagon. Here's my old footage of a flash knockout. And if I would have run across this octagon instead of walking, I could have gotten a 2-second knockout. It was really that easy. That shouldn't have counted as a world record, but I guess it does. But I'm still happy with my record, and maybe I should look into breaking another one sometime soon.
Earlier tonight, Joe, we had a special treat as that man right there was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you want to talk about a distinct honor. I mean, you are joining guys like Dan Severn, Mark Coleman, Ken Shamrock, Randy Couture, and Hoist Gracie. And now you add this guy to the list. I mean, that is some pretty elite company right there.
Joe, when it is all said and done, he is most certainly a legend in this sport, worthy of being inducted into the Hall of Fame here.